I'm not entirely sure why, but for whatever reason I feel as if we're, I don't know, halfway through the week, kind of gotten over a hump, as it were. Oh yeah, today is Hump Day! Yes! Today's Wednesday, or Hump Day, whatever you want to call it. We are halfway through the week, ladies and gentlemen. Sort of. Anyway, so, I gotta say, last night, slept pretty well. No weird dreams this time. None. That was great. I mean, I didn't really sleep that great because of all the cold that we're still having, even though we are very far into, well, I won't say very, we're over halfway through April right now. But yeah, it actually wasn't that bad. It's insane. I can't believe it either. But, I'm sorry, the weather is why I can't believe. I mean, everything's going fine. I mean, everything else is pretty good. And, let's see, what else? Not really much to report on. I mean, I already mentioned how several people I know ran the Boston Marathon, which I want to highly... I mean, I know one person actually qualified, but there's one person I'm kind of surprised also did, but whatever, it's only semantics. So, let's see. Nothing really new to report on in terms of sports either. I mean, the only thing I can think of that's coming up soon is the draft, but as of right now, I have no clue when that is. Even though I could probably just look it up after I'm done recording and making this video. Let's see. Although one thing I do have to mention, I've alluded to this guy many times on doing these videos because he's one of the inspirations of doing these videos. But yesterday, he actually visited the hometown of a certain horror franchise. So, be on the lookout for that. And be on the lookout, I'm going to put links in the descriptions up top and below, depending on whether or not you're watching from Facebook or YouTube. Let's see. Well, my week is actually going to be, the rest of my week is actually going to be very busy. See, my mother's actually out of town visiting her mother, or my grandmother on her side. I told you she's still alive, didn't I? Anyway, she's visiting her grandmother, and so with my father still being on the relatively incapacitated side, my brother and I are going to be taking care of him. And, we both took shifts throughout the day, and as soon as I'm done with this, my shift with him is going to begin. I mean, I don't mind, though. I mean, I do love spending time with my father. I mean, for those of you who don't know, my father is an older gentleman who basically looks exactly like me. So, we can almost agree that we're brothers. That's how close and, how much I resemble him. Honestly, the only difference is I'm taller than he is. I mean, that's really cool. Yeah. He's still sick. I actually kind of held back on how bad it really was when he was first sick. But he's doing better each and every day. But he's still got a way to go. And to give you an example, his shoulder still hurts. So one of the things I have to do is I have to be his chauffeur, if you will. Drive him around and such. Which again, I don't mind. I mean, I do love spending time with my father. I mean, I do love my father. That goes without saying. But the thing that sometimes, I mean, let's be honest, parents are going to do stuff that bother us. They do. And honestly, one of the things that my father always does is he likes to joke around a little bit on the too much side. He likes to call it being obtuse, but personally I just kind of find that annoying. But that's just me. If you know me, you know that if I joke around, I only do it for, a little bit. I try and say what I need to say, and that's, really about it. That's all she wrote. So, there's that. But I am looking forward to spending time with my father. And another part of my shift that I have to do is, I said my brother and I take shifts. My brother's going to see him a little later. But I have to go back immediately because I've mentioned before that I know my way around the kitchen. My brother does not. So, guess who has to cook my father dinner? Me. So, there's that. I mean, I don't mind cooking dinner. I mean, I like cooking food. I really do. Honestly, the only reason why I don't prepare recipes or anything like that in these videos is because, as I've said many times in the past, I'm a moron who's not very technology savvy. Plus, with the fact that I would constantly need to wash my hands while I'm preparing food, and or if I needed to touch the camera in any way in order to, get the video going, that's just going to be annoying. Maybe if I had another set of hands, or maybe if I transformed my place to accommodate that, I don't know yet. But we'll just have to play that by ear. But with a lot of stuff coming and a lot of topics I do need to talk about in the future, it could either be a while or it could be tomorrow. It's not going to be tomorrow. But, yeah, you can look forward to that. But one thing you can look forward to on this beautiful hump day is, even though it's cold, and cloudy, that doesn't mean the sky is still bright. Yeah, gray and silver can be a bright color under the right light, and from my point of view, it actually looks pretty nice right now. You can actually see the glow from the daylight hitting me from here on this side. Yeah, see, in my room, I like leaving the blinds open because, you know what, I feel like I'm a positive guy. I love letting the sunshine in. Sunshine is good for you, I feel it promotes positive vibes, and occasionally I actually see a little bird, be on my windowsill. That's really cool. I'll never forget, after my freshman year of college, I was just depressed. I'm not going to say why. And I wasn't nearly as depressed as I was for a certain something else. But I was feeling really depressed because, admittedly, something was taken away from me from, quite frankly, the biggest hypocrite I've ever heard of or seen in my entire life. But that will be a story for another day. Anyway, it was just one morning, and this is before I made the habit of opening up the blinds on my window. I heard I was hearing this tap on my window. And no, this is not the Raven. Believe me, this is not the Raven, because this happened in the morning. So already it's not creepy and dark. Anyway, I open up my blinds, and sure enough, I see a little yellow bird just sitting there. And later that day, I visited my mother, and I told her about this. And she told me that it's a sign of good things to come. And keep in mind, this is way back in 2010, so this was a long time ago. But maybe that good thing she alluded to back then was probably me doing these videos now. So maybe that's what it was. And on that happy note, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I'm humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful hump day. And remember, if you guys ever want to talk, if you guys ever want to chat, I'll always be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. So take care.